A father sprayed from head to toe with gasoline, and he says it's all because he made a simple request at the gas pump. Police arrested 61-year-old Armin Moadab for this bizarre crime. Only on 7, Montgomery County reporter Kevin Lewis spoke with the alleged victim, who says that he is still in shock.
Leon, that victim was driving with his wife and 7-year-old daughter when he pulled into the Gulf gas station here along Rockville Pike. Problem is, Moadab's blue Audi sedan was blocking those two very pumps right there. The victim says he politely asked the 61-year-old to move forward, and that's when the fuel started flying.
He just went off, uncontrollably.
Miguel Mendez still has chemical burns under his business suit, marks from his gas pump encounter with Armin Moadab.
He came towards me and pointed straight into my face and started shooting gasoline nonstop, full blast all over my body.
Mendez, soaked in fuel, called 911, but feared the attack could intensify.
The guy could have matches on his pocket, or he could have a lighter. And he could have just, as he was spraying gasoline, you're already drenched in gas. It doesn't take much.
Charging documents say when police arrived, Moadab told them, "If I had a gun, I would have shot him." Officers asked, "What did you say?" To which he allegedly replied, "If I had a gun, I would shoot him." Today, no answer at Moadab's Rockville home or at this Gaithersburg medical office, where the 61-year-old works as a certified master hypnotist. Moadab's business website says his therapeutic services may help you relieve pain, sleep well, lose weight, and even be happy.
Over a gas pump. Just don't understand.
Mendez is just thrilled his alleged attacker may now go to prison.
It should serve as a reminder there that we should all be aware of your surroundings, because you just never know who's next to you, or what are they going through, or what are they thinking, and they just can come and harm people.
During police questioning, Moadab reportedly told officers he sprayed Mendez with all of that gasoline because he feared for his life. Investigators clearly did not buy the hypnotist story. He's facing 3 felony counts tonight. We're live from the Montgomery County Mobile Newsroom in Rockville. I'm Kevin Lewis, ABC 7 News.
All right, Kevin, thank you. A frightening scene in Montgomery County this morning. A car barrels off the road, hits 2 people standing near a bus stop on Connecticut Avenue in Kensington. Montgomery County reporter Kevin Lewis is live at the scene with the latest developments. Kevin, is that glass from the bus stop shattering or from the car window?
It's from both, really, Kimberly. This crash obliterated the bus stop here, and I can tell you, crews spent much of the day clearing all the debris. All that really remains, these bits and pieces of broken glass. And tonight, as you can see, riders, they've returned to the curb here along that busy stretch of Connecticut Avenue, waiting to board their bus.
Connecticut Avenue, Knowles Avenue, personal injury collision, vehicle overturned, and 1 trapped.
An urgent rescue at this ride-on bus stop in Kensington.
I heard a loud, long, boom.
Auto mechanic Javier Ruiz followed the resounding noise, documenting the aftermath with his cell phone. A Toyota Prius on 2 wheels, an 18-year-old girl pinned underneath, both of her legs broken.
There was 3 people. 2 of them jumped out. The lady, I guess it was too late.
Police say the driver, a 61-year-old Silver Spring man, had a seizure or diabetic attack, turning his car into an unguided 3,000-pound bullet.
It's pretty graphic. Once they started pulling her off, she started screaming like crazy.
Only hours later, a fresh batch of riders stood among the wreckage. Shards of glass coated the sidewalk. A black metal bench twisted like a rubber band.
It's around 4 pieces in one spot. They must have let the money go. The coins dropped to the ground as the accident was happening.
While waiting, these riders reminded it could have been them.
Nothing happened to you, but you're looking at somebody. It's a human being that's their life is at stake. And it's just, you're just shaking.
I spoke with a man earlier today who maintains many of these bus stops. He tells me there's about 450 spread all across Montgomery County. In fact, if you look across Connecticut Avenue right now, you can see one of them on the other side of the roadway. That's what this one used to look like before today's crash. Pretty remarkable. As for that 18-year-old girl, she underwent surgery today. No idea how long her recovery is going to take, but Kimberly, the good news, she is expected to survive. We're live in Kensington tonight. I'm Kevin Lewis. ABC 7 News.
Very good news. Thanks, Kevin. A man who said he heard voices and kills demons is now under arrest, accused in the murder of a Montgomery County pastor. Roland Zinna was taken into custody Wednesday after police say he killed Connery Dagadou inside a Germantown home. Montgomery County reporter Kevin Lewis is there tonight with what Zinna yelled just before police arrested him. Kevin?
Well, Kimberly, a frantic 911 call, it led paramedics to this two-story residential church. The ambulance, it sped right on up that driveway, and that is when paramedics saw Zinna in the front door frame. He was pacing back and forth, jumping up and down as if he were dancing, and then he allegedly exclaimed, quote, "Demons, I kill demons."
Jesus was saying, according to heavenly frequency.
His legal name was Connery Dagadou, but while leading worship services in this brightly colored two-car garage, everyone called him the Apostle.
He prays for people. He casts out demons from people.
This woman, Precious Treasure Israel, recruited the Apostle to live in her home.
He is a man of God.
The 57-year-old often counseled total strangers, helping them purge evil spirits. On Tuesday, the Apostle met with this man, Roland Zinna. What was Roland doing in this room?
He spent the night with Grandpa. Grandpa said it's okay for him to sleep with me.
Precious says the night was full of religious rituals, but by Wednesday morning, things had gone awry.
When I got downstairs, Grandpa was sitting down, leaning against the television stand with his tongue out, like this. Grandpa, Grandpa, I panicked.
Police say Zinna, who's charged with first-degree murder, was combative and kept shouting, "Demons, I killed demons." Church members like Precious now reeling over their loss.
This is hard, but I know that he's in heaven.
And in keeping with their faith, members say they'll continue to hold church services in this two-car garage. As far as Zinna, police did take him to a mental health center where he reportedly told a nurse there, quote, "Yesterday I killed many witches. Yes, I do that. I kill them." We are live in Germantown tonight. I'm Kevin Lewis, ABC 7 News.
Frederick man is found guilty of taking photos up a woman's skirt, and it's all because his crime was caught on camera.
29-year-old Adam El Ghul will now spend the next 3 months in a jail cell. Montgomery County reporter Kevin Lewis obtained surveillance video of El Ghul committing the crime. This is a story you will see only on 7. Kevin.
Well, Allison, if you live or work in Montgomery County, you're well aware of how busy this flagship car wash is. And that's what prosecutors say is so shocking here, that Adam El Ghul squatted down and then stuck his cell phone right between a woman's legs. Prosecutors calling his crime bold and brazen. Call it the smoking gun. Security video of Adam El Ghul walking into this car wash. The newlywed casually glances to his left and then gives another glance to his right before dropping into a full squat and tucking his smartphone directly below a Potomac woman's golf skirt.
She's feeling his hand under her, between her legs.
And what'd she say?
Oh, she's so mad.
The victim swings her head around. El Ghul quickly pivots to the peanut stand, and that's when the 4-letter words start flying. The 29-year-old walks out the door and hops into this Mercedes SUV. License plate caught on camera. Hard to dispute it.
It is very hard to dispute it, and that's why I believe the judge ruled in our favor and is holding this guy accountable.
Prosecutors say El Ghul didn't stand a chance.
A surveillance video is always very helpful, and in this particular instance, crystal clear, very convincing, and crucial.
Despite the guilty verdict, El Ghul's defense attorney claims he won't go down without a fight.
We're going to appeal it. You're going to appeal it. We're going to appeal it. Why? Because we're going to appeal it. He has that right to appeal it.
Montgomery County doesn't tolerate this kind of prurient behavior. This is unacceptable in a civilized society. People are entitled to their privacy. And now he has 90 days to think about it.
Now, back in July, I spoke with El Ghul on the telephone. The newly married 29-year-old told me that he was squatting down because he suffers from a bad back. He also feels he was a victim of racial profiling, calling the female victim in this case a, quote, crazy Potomac woman. We're live in Rockville. I'm Kevin Lewis, ABC 7 News.
Wow, what a story.
We've officially heard it all today.
Yeah. All right, Kevin, thank you. And
new accusations against a Damascus tattoo artist accused of sexually abusing some of his female clients.
Yeah, since ABC 7 first reported the arrest of Mark Matthews in August, 4 more women have come forward saying Matthews assaulted them as well. Montgomery County reporter Kevin Lewis spoke with one of those women. It's an interview you will see only on 7.
My heart just dropped.
Her voice will tell the story of how she says Mark Matthews turned 2 hip tattoos into an all-out sexual assault.
As he started to do the tattoo more down in this region, he just slid his hand down this way.
She tells us it happened here, inside Matthews' at-home studio, and lasted for 30 minutes. She snapped this photo days later when doctors confirmed both tattoos had contracted staph infections.
So you would trust your tattoo artist to not take advantage of that, and Mark did. And that's not right at all.
So far, 5 women, all strangers to one another, have told police Matthews assaulted them. He's been charged in 4 of those cases. 2 women hired him while he was employed at the Damascus Tattoo Company. 2 more went to his Damascus townhome, and 1 visited his newly opened studio, Black Dragon Tattoo in Urbana.
I don't want any of this.
That's where we found the ink artist working in August after allegations first surfaced.
There's no story. There's no story.
Police say there is a story, so we'd like to just share both sides.
We would rather not.
It's insane that he did it to so many girls.
This woman confident Matthews needs help.
You're in elementary school, they tell you about this bathing suit zone that no one's ever supposed to touch you in. When somebody goes into that, if it's not consented, it's wrong, and it wasn't consented.
Now, Matthews has not been able to post bond, and so he remains behind bars awaiting his March trial. His Rockville-based attorney has not responded to our phone calls. As far as police go, well, they are concerned more victims are out there, especially in the Baltimore area where Matthews used to work. In the newsroom, I'm Kevin Lewis, ABC 7 News.
A grand jury has taken action against a man accused of squatting in a luxury Bethesda home with his family and pet dog. James Crombie now faces several felony charges, including burglary. Montgomery County reporter Kevin Lewis brought you the story first on 7. He's live outside that home tonight. Kevin?
Well, Marine police tell us that Crombie, his wife, children, even the pet dog rolled right up this driveway back in August. They had a big box truck that they were unloading all of their belongings and personal items. Neighbors tell me that Crombie even introduced himself as the new homeowner. That was until police arrived. Hello, are you James Crombie?
Yeah, where are you?
With ABC 7 News. We wanted to speak with you about the allegations that you were squatting in a home. It was New Year's Day. James Crombie, in no mood to talk about allegations he and his family squatted in this vacant luxury home, which features a gourmet kitchen and marble bathrooms.
I thought not in my neighborhood.
Charles Hill remains stunned.
I did hear that the lock had been drilled and that they had moved into the house, had introduced themselves, and had even scheduled some sort of entertainment with neighbors.
Crombie reportedly told police he bought the house using million-dollar shares, but didn't have a property title, sales contract, or house keys to prove ownership. Yesterday, a grand jury returned a 7-count indictment against the 48-year-old, accusing him of crimes like first-degree burglary, felony theft, and fraud. In reality, the Crombies live in this small Kensington rental home, where today, wife Lynette answered the door. Hi there, Kevin Lewis with ABC 7. Would you like to talk to us about the allegations against your husband?
I haven't talked to him about it.
Jack Kelly is Crombie's real neighbor.
He's been fine, and him and his wife and the 3 kids, they're good people. They walked and waved to us, good neighbors. But I am shocked. I mean, they seem like nice people.
Well, after sitting on the market for months, this home went under contract only weeks ago. In fact, crews were out here today performing the final inspection. We also spoke on the phone today with the seller. He told us this has been one very stressful ordeal, one he could have never imagined being in himself. We're live in Bethesda. I'm Kevin Lewis, ABC 7 News.
Home where a mother and father were accused of keeping their twin sons locked in the basement.
That doesn't seem like a viable solution at any time.
Tonight, the twins' grandfather is speaking to ABC 7 and says the parents did it for everyone's safety. And it is a story you saw first on 7. Today, investigators spoke publicly about this case.
They called John and Janice Land's alleged actions unreasonable. Montgomery County reporter Kevin Lewis is live outside police headquarters. And Kevin, I understand you spoke with the dad today. What did he have to say?
Well, Candace, point blank, John Land says he wholeheartedly disagrees with what police are saying, but the young men's father would not talk to us on camera. We did speak with the grandfather of those twin boys with autism. He admits that that Rockville house was dirty, but says his grandchildren were well fed, clothed, and overall cared for. The Land house sits empty, condemned by Rockville officials. Parents John and Janice Land, who've bonded out of jail, are now living out of a hotel room at this Rockville Red Roof Inn. While they wouldn't speak about the allegations, the twins' grandfather, John Land III, did.
You couldn't leave them alone for a minute. They would escape. Wherever they were, there had to be somebody with them 24/7. They had to be for their own safety.
Land III says the so-called dungeon-like basement enclosure was anything but.
It's just a large vacant room. It looked like a room. It didn't look like a prison. That probably, if you're going to sleep at night, that probably was the safest place for them and the family.
The stench of urine in the room was nearly overwhelming for the officers.
Today, detectives disputed the family's claims.
Does that sound like a reasonable solution? To lock two vulnerable adults into a room in those conditions at any point?
Land III says his son now fears he'll be fired from his maintenance job at Martin Luther King Jr. Middle School in Germantown over what he considers false charges.
Innocent of abuse and neglect, totally. It was loving, kind, caring under circumstances that very few human beings could work under.
Now, a variety of agencies had helped the Land family over the course of time, but no workers ever reported seeing that basement chamber. County police tell us there is an abundance of help out there. Sometimes people just need to ask for it. We're live from the Montgomery County Mobile Newsroom in Gaithersburg. I'm Kevin Lewis, ABC 7 News.
He told a judge he sold drugs to finance his budding rap career, but tonight he's singing the blues.
Today, a judge found 27-year-old Abraham Kamara guilty for his role in a wild high-speed police chase. Montgomery County reporter Kevin Lewis shows us that chase.
A rainy April night in Silver Spring, police in hot pursuit of a bright yellow box truck, Abraham Kamara behind the wheel. In 4 short minutes, the Liberian native rammed speed bumps, blew stop signs, and a red light. He even barreled through this traffic circle. Police eventually cornered him in a cul-de-sac. A digital scale and 74 grams of marijuana stashed in his truck.
It was at a time of night when people are bringing home their children from basketball practice or ballet, and here's this box truck going through the neighborhood.
Kamara, an aspiring rap artist who goes by the name Honest Abe, routinely posts music videos on YouTube. Today in court, he admitted to dealing drugs, all to pay for recording studio time. Off camera, Kamara's mother told us she prays for her youngest son daily. Following a private screening of the crash course video, a judge found Kamara guilty of multiple felonies, remarking, "Frankly, you have no respect at all for the law. I cannot believe the speeds that you were driving at. It was almost like out of a movie. The only difference? This was real."
He's not a dumb guy. He's a guy that if he really put the time and effort in trying to work an honest job, maybe Honest Abe could be the productive citizen.
And so Abraham Kamara will have to put his rap career on hold for the next 9 years. He's been sentenced to a state prison. The judge telling him in court today that he was an entrepreneur, but unfortunately his commodity was illegal. In Rockville, I'm Kevin Lewis, ABC 7 News.